Hello, I'm Rebecca Tuck-Casey from Cloisters Chambers, and I'm recording this on the 27th of April 2026 to talk about anti-Semitism. And the reason I say that specifically as to the date is because there is depressingly daily news and updates on this topic in the UK and in London at the moment. What I'm going to do in this talk is talk about anti-Semitism in the UK today, and then specifically with a workplace filter, I'm going to look at the legal framework of the HRC and the Equality Act. I'm then going to look at the definition of anti-Semitism and talk a little bit about what's controversial, what's not controversial, and does it matter? And then to touch on where this has arisen in workplace settings and think about what you as listeners and people interested in the question of anti-Semitism and workplace anti-Semitism can and can't do, what you should or shouldn't do. So I wrote this talk at the end of last week, and in April 2026, we had an arson attack on a synagogue in Finchley on the 15th. On the 17th, there was an arson attack on a premises which had been occupied by a Jewish charity. On the 18th, there was an arson attack at a synagogue in Harrow. And on the 19th, a further incident, as it's described by the Met, outside residential premises in Finchley. And the Securities Minister gave an address in Parliament on the 20th of April, responding to recent anti-Semitic attacks in the UK. At the moment, the most recent spate of attacks have been claimed by an Islamic movement of the Companions of the Right, and there are questions about whether the Iranian regime are behind some of these attacks or not, and whether they are paying local useful idiots to carry the petrol bombs and throw them at premises that they may or may not know are Jewish premises. But these are the most recent spate of attacks. The Jewish community is still very much has in mind the murder of two members of a community in Manchester on Yom Kippur. Adrian Dalby and Melvin Kravitz were murdered on Yom Kippur in October 2025.